The battered party returned to the surface to find out that the work crews...
Sorry about that, chat. I'll fix it. We're going to start it over.
The battered party returned to the surface to find out that the work crews have mostly restored the temple to a habitable state, which is good since a blizzard is in progress outside. They again spend some time resting and recovering before once more returning to the dark, foreboding catacombs. They find a font of holy water, which, while dusty, is unfrozen in this freezing tomb. William tastes a little and then gathers some to take along. They continue onward and soon run into a strange shadow that summons forth angry dead. It is a battle unlike any they have fought before, with both their bodies and minds being assaulted. But they bravely fight on, win the day, and perhaps their very souls. After catching their breath and moving on, they find royal tombs, which they cautiously loot. Their polite pillaging is once more interrupted by a ghost who charms Cal Marshall. They manage to vanquish the ghost, but again, William loses precious years. On the plus side, they discover an ancient pleasure lounge complete with ancient alcohol. With the catacombs cleared and made safe, the party returns to the surface. Yaramir produces a theory to restore William's youth, and so retires to his magic hut to do some research. Meanwhile, the two Kells decide where to establish the new fort, while Grimes and Faris are sent to go make contact with the local kobolds, but can't seem to track any down. What dangers will this new land have? Will the kobolds ally with the party? Will William recover his lost years? Let's find out now on Frozen Frontier.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Frozen Frontier, where we argue about woodpeckers endlessly. It doesn't matter, though.
No, where we talk about woodpecker facts, and then Neal is a contrarian.
Yeah, Neal decides to be scientific.
I'm gonna call you out on that.
You know, all I'm saying is that I don't understand it, and I'm just looking for a deeper understanding. And you guys are like, no, it's shock absorbs, guys. It's just shock absorbs.
It's very obvious.
Yeah,
it's an evolutionary.
You weren't saying you didn't understand. You were saying you didn't believe us.
I don't believe you.
All right. So where do we leave off now?
You guys have left off on the 15th of December. Grimes has just set 6 snares around your place in the swamp.
All right. Have we all recovered HP? How's everyone feeling today? But it's breakfast time. You know, like we're getting set up in the new fort, I say. So is everyone recovering from their wounds?
How much time has it been?
Roughly 15 on a scale of 25. I don't know. May change tomorrow.
I'd call it a 48 out of 48 for me.
Yeah? Grimes, how are you feeling? If you were to put it in terms of a fraction.
I don't know. I'm pulling up my character sheet now. But I think I'm in the 20s, right? We waited a week.
All right, should we give it a little bit more time? I still want to try and get in touch with the kobolds if we can, because I think that's our best way to actually go somewhere and not just wander around aimlessly.
I mean, wandering around aimlessly has worked rather well for us.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling a lot older all of a sudden. I feel like maybe we haven't got as much time to wander around aimlessly as I thought.
Wait, how long did we wait? I actually didn't update my HP unless it's in my character.
We waited a week, I believe.
Okay.
So you should have 21 extra HP.
Yeah.
Did we really wait a week? Okay. Then
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
full health.
So everyone's good then.
Sure.
All right. So I see it as we've got two objectives here. One objective is to construct a reliable path across the river and explore the rest of the town. The second is to follow the river south and hope that there's more cities built on its banks. Maybe even find a crossing. Third would be to track down the kobolds, but maybe we can do that as we travel south.
Well, if we looked at this map that you got, William,
Yeah.
we're going to want to head south because we need to get to trees. We need wood to stay alive. So we're probably going to want to go south. But from there, we could skip over to the east and then start heading north. Isn't there a town up to the north?
There is a town up to the north, but I'd feel more comfortable heading there via boats because there's no trees along the way, really. Unless we track the mountains.
That's true.
We could follow along the mountains and even like hop trees.
It's true.
Yes.
The worst danger we'd be in with the mountains is we'd have to go around and out of the tree cover.
So we
to
could-
get around every little peak.
So if we went south to this first set of trees here, down here, and then tracked across like that, and then around, then we could follow the trees all the way north up to that town. And you know, there's a good chance that there'd be some other interesting stuff along the way. What do you think?
I'd say it's as good a plan as any. We don't know where else to go here.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Anything to get me out of this this temple.
Yeah, I could do with putting distance between me and down there as well. All right, well, that
That's
sounds
what
like
she
a plan. Forest, this journey to this forest looks to be about, I don't know.
Why would we follow the river? Is that just so we don't get lost?
Yeah, one, for getting lost, and two, there's probably more likely to be towns built on the river, right?
I suppose.
So it's about 30 miles. If we
I'd
take
rather
the
we
straight-
didn't follow it exactly, though, because we're talking about. I mean, even going. It's a long journey to the tree line, William. We don't want to get caught in a blizzard and die.
Agreed. How far can we move these days with the sleds and the dogs and the skis?
Let's see. The dogs will pull the sled at 50% your normal movement rate. So you can go 50% faster with dogs, assuming, you know, they're not over encumbered or anything. But they can't be. The dogs just go, they can pull 10 pounds per dog. You have 10 dogs, can pull 1,000 pounds at 50% faster. So as long as you have skis and can keep up, you're good.
So 50% faster. So on a calm day, what's that?
2d6 plus 6 times 150%.
So that's an average of like 20 miles a day. So if it was a calm couple of days, if we waited for good weather, we could probably make it to the trees in 2 days. Maybe even 1 day if we rolled well. That's only 20 miles to the trees.
That'd be cutting over the river a little bit, and that's going from the edge of the tree line, so we'd have to have a very unproductive first day of travel.
I
If
think
we go from where we
Grimes-
are now, we're looking at more like 24 miles.
Yeah.
I think Grimes is getting antsy. He's already got his skis on and he's out like checking traps and packed up and itching to go.
All right, let's
So I think we're-
pack up the sled. Let's get the dogs, and we'll make camp at the edge of this forest for the first night, and then head out from there the next day.
Neil, I didn't catch any kobolds on this first night, did I?
Well, you just set the traps up today. So
Oh.
this would be...
That wasn't. I assumed that was. I think
Well,
this. I think this is the
started
next
us
morning.
on the day that... Okay, so then we were on the 16th.
Oh,
then.
I mean, don't skip time on account of. Maybe I'm out setting traps now. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just setting.
Okay,
up
so
now.
yeah, all right. So we'll leave tomorrow then.
Well, we don't need to wait and wait for.
Okay,
No.
so let's go to the edge of the forest then today. So that's like a very easy journey, Neil. I feel like it's 5 miles.
Yep, and it is a calm day, so you cannot go less than 5 miles. You can make it.
Before we leave the fort, I very conspicuously, after the blizzards and all the waiting around and downtime, I produce 3 sets of gaming dice and 3 sets of gaming boards that have come with our ships, and hand them one to each of the squads. Be like, here you go for keeping yourself busy when not working so much. Figured good bonus for, hard work setting up new fort.
Thanks, Yaramir.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to speak to Hughes as well before we leave, I think.
Yeah, and I think we should probably sort out rations and other stuff that we're carrying before we go out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do this.
So I just want to tell Hughes what our plan is. And I want to make sure that she's all right down here without us.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Okay, good. Say if you see any kobolds, try and capture one of them. And keep it alive. If you can.
Okay. Sure.
Alright, so rations then. We're gonna need a lot.
How long do we plan to be out?
I mean, it's gonna be a while. Let's say we
plan for like a month and a half.
That would be 2 days, 4 days.
So we have 10 dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are 5 person days of rations. Total. And then we have 4 people, so plus 4. And then we have, let's say we're playing for like 50 days of rations. We need 450 days of rations at 2 pounds a day. That means we need 900 pounds of rations.
900 pounds of rations.
How many days is that? 50?
Yeah, 50 days.
Okay, yeah, that seems about reasonable.
So
That's
you need to start pulling the sled if we're going to take that much weight, and we're already at almost capacity for half speed movement.
Wow.
There's no tiers of speed. Dogs only
can carry up to
dogs.
35 pounds.
William must help the dogs pull this sled.
Then we're moving at. Then we're not getting the benefit of the dogs.
Pull 1,095 pounds, and we're
You
at
said
one-
dogs can carry 10 pounds each, right, Neil?
100 pounds. So we've got 1,000 pounds of weight with
Dogs
the
can carry
dogs.
100
Otherwise, it's not worth using the dogs. If there's more than 1,000 pounds, then the movement rate of the dogs is negated, and it doesn't matter.
We can't carry 900 pounds of rations then. We've got to be able to.
Wait, dogs can carry 100 pounds each?
Yes. So we've got 1,000 pound
So they
weight.
should be able to carry 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, but we need
And
5.
this weight is cut down to a fifth of that, 900 pounds.
No.
Wow.
100 is after the cutting. They can carry 20 pounds. They can drag 20 pounds each, or 100 pounds on a sled. Yeah.
Okay, so
But we can carry some stuff in our backpacks too. Like I've got spare weight. If the dogs are carrying everything on the sled,
a little bit of spare weight. I don't really have much spare weight.
I can carry another 36 pounds without being encumbered at all. In fact, actually,
Ferris, give me my mirror back. I'm at this point, all my spell components have me encumbered anyway, so I might as well take that extra pound.
Sure.
Can you add some stuff to our list of items for me, Yaramir? I'm going to drop off the 6 god statues that we took from the catacombs. I'm not going to carry them with me.
Okay, 6 god statues.
Yeah,
I've already lumped those into the money that you're sending back to the kingdom. Should that not
okay.
be the situation?
Okay.
Do you have the silver statues that we looted, by the way?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
got it.
All right, so I won't mark the statues since Neal's tracking them in funds.
Yeah,
And
just
those are the
those are.
mithril hammer is going back. That's an object, not a weapon.
Yep. I suppose you could use it as a weapon, but I don't think any of you need a non-magical hammer at this point in time.
No.
I already have a
$50,000
magical hammer.
non-magical hammer.
I've already got my ultra spear. I'm set for weapons.
Okay. I think maybe we should only take like 600 pounds of rations.
No, Ryan, I can't actually. I did the math. I'll have hours missing. Unless I cast them, go to sleep, wake up, cast it, go to sleep, wake up, cast it, go to sleep. And that's really me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? We try and do some food hunting along the way and take 600 pounds.
It takes time to get food, though, so we're going to be traveling slower going that way.
I know, but what I'm thinking is we make it to the forest, and then we can spend days there, right, hunting and gathering, right, resupplying.
We've never been able to hunt.
We've never been successful hunting on this continent, ever.
You've been able to gather food.
Sporadically, but we haven't been able to rely on it.
I've never been able to shoot down food and bring it back. Been able to go to a beach and, pull shit off rocks.
And he can gather enough for himself, right? With his survival, like you can eat bark, but
I'm able to
humans can't survive on bark
forage
alone.
for rations. It takes 2d6 turns for like 1 person day of rations.
Yeah, so if you spend like 5 days doing it, you should be able to get a lot of rations.
We're going to burn more rations than we're going to gain doing that. I'd have to have 9 successes every.
Yeah, but 2d6 turns is only like an hour and a bit.
Yeah, but I can only do it for so long because of warmth, and we're not going to be up for 24 straight hours.
Yeah, but you could do it like 6 or 7 times in a day.
That's still less than we use. So what's the point? We're just wasting time at that point. Like
how much do you get per roll?
one person day of rations per success.
Oh, okay.
And I can fail on it too, in which case I don't get anything. It's a waste of time because like we're gonna be burning through 9 person days of rations with these dogs.
I don't know what to do then. I guess we can't go there because we can't carry wood and 900 pounds of rations.
Another
guess
option.
we're staying here.
Hold on, another option.
Campaign over.
Yep, lots of math to be done here. So dogs can drag 20 pounds. That still seems low. Okay, so if we do 4
100 pounds. Oh, drag 20. Yeah.
4 people times 50 days, that'd be 200 pounds of rations. Or times 2, so 400 pounds of rations if we just do us. How much of that? So divide that by 5 onto the sled. We'd have 80 pounds of rations if it was just us. How would that affect us movement-wise?
So you want just 400 pounds of rations?
No, we're just calculating it. If that would mean me just pulling the sled, though, right?
Yeah.
Right, so 400 pounds of rations plus the stuff we already have on the sled makes an effective sled weight of 104. Oh, give me a second. I might have fucked us all.
Can we just forget the effective weights and do the dog thing and limit ourselves to 1,000 pounds, bring as many rations as we can, and if we die in the frozen frontier, we die?
I'm stupid. I'm really dumb. Let's bring 900 pounds. We're fine.
Why?
Because I didn't divide by 5.
We don't need to divide by 5 anymore if we use the dogs. The whole point of the dogs is
because the dogs were using effective weight. We have.
Oh, okay, you were multiplying by 5 or something.
Pulled us stupid. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
with the dogs, we should just consider it 1,000 pounds of weight.
No. It's 5,000 pounds of weight.
No, it's not.
No,
The dogs are
it's
20
1,000.
pounds.
20 they drag 20 pounds a piece, or 100 pounds on the sled.
Yeah.
The dogs
Right,
can move
which
100
is-
pounds of actual weight each. They can drag 1,000 pounds on the sled.
With all 10 of them.
So you don't need no more dividing by 5.
So we're almost at capacity with all the dogs.
Oh, okay, then 900 pounds. Yeah, then we can't. Never mind. Okay, I was right the first time then.
Yeah, and don't forget, we need wood as well.
Where is this damn spreadsheet?
So 400 pounds of food makes an effective sled weight of 104 pounds for William to drag.
It doesn't make sense not to use
William's
the
not
dogs.
dragging any. What is happening?
Except that the dogs don't seem to be doing.
But if you don't take the dogs, okay, so the dogs can carry that. That's 520 total pounds on the sled, which is 104 effective drag weight. Right.
What? Why are we still doing the effective weight? I thought we were done with that.
Because if William's gonna help, then
Because if Williams needs to carry it, we need to know.
we might as well just know that the dogs can carry 100 total of effective weight, or sorry, 200 total of effective weight because it's divided by 5. Like it's easier to do it that way, isn't it?
No.
Well, but then we're moving at regular speed.
Well, let me just be clear. I don't think I should drag the sled. It makes no sense to have these dogs and the skis and not to use them.
Is there a list of our gear? Like,
If the place is too far that we can't carry all the rations, then we just can't go there yet. I'm not going out for like 3 months and dragging it by hand. It's just stupid. So
Okay, but we've been doing this before.
yeah. Now we've got the dogs, so now we're not doing it anymore.
But that means that the dogs have been a downgrade for us.
Not really, because we're moving quicker.
So right now we have Is this not complete? I'm seeing 520 pounds total on sled.
This is assuming the 400 pounds Ferris was talking about.
Yeah, that was if we got rid of
the baseline is the 400 pounds of food, the sled and the tent itself has a weight, the cook pot that we always carry around has a weight, and the skis. We can get rid of the cook pot, that's 15.
There's only one. We're wearing the skis, aren't we? And they're 35 pounds each. So
What if you're carrying my skis because I can't use them?
Then we can't move at 150% anyways, unless you ride on the sled.
I might weigh less than the skis. No, I'm kidding.
But we're way underweight. What are we? So this is cut. Like, let's just work with 1,000 pounds, fill up the sled, I guess, to 800 pounds, so Yarmir can ride on it.
Then we're down.
Get as far. Get
I
get
can
half
use
as.
the skis, but I won't be as proficient as you.
Yeah, that's fine. You can still keep up with the dogs.
Okay, that's fine. If I have 35 pounds of skis on me, though, I literally
They don't count against your encumbrance if you're using them for transportation.
Yeah, if you're standing on your skis, you don't have to worry about hauling their weight.
Okay. Then we don't have to worry about skis then. So we have 485 pounds on the sled.
What's included in
So
that?
we can add another 400 pounds.
Maybe 500 pounds of food.
Yeah, another 500 pounds. Do we want firewood, or are we done?
Yeah,
with this?
we will need firewood. Greg, what else is on the sled that's not food and firewood right now?
A cook pot.
Okay.
And the weight of the sled and the tent combined.
Which is
So we've still got 500 pounds to work with. Why are we freaking out?
Because this is
not.
before we add the rations.
yeah, like because
There's-
Ryan, we need 900 pounds of rations to feed us and the dogs for 50 days.
Well, then let's just go 30 days out and take
But it's not
whatever,
enough
600
to get.
pounds.
It's
We
not
need to make sure we have enough to get there and back.
Although there's probably food there because it's on the coast.
Do you really want to bank on that, though?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
And then we
Don't
all
have to.
die?
Well, there's nowhere else to go. It's a physical impossibility to carry all the rations. So, like, I think Ryan's right. We just take as much as we can carry.
And we only go half as far as we think we can get.
Well, no, because if we don't get to the town, there's no point. Right, it's just been a waste of time.
I mean,
'Cause
I'm not expecting us to get to the town. I'm expecting us to get ambushed by giants on the way there, or stumble across something else interesting.
well, yeah, that would be nice.
I think we head out towards the town. The expectation of probably being able to resupply somewhere near there.
Yeah, I agree. I think we can probably resupply somewhere along the way. There's bound to be somewhere.
And if we get like halfway there and we're worried we're not going to make it, we turn around and head back.
Why don't we
All
just
right.
drop down to 800 pounds of food? Then we'll have enough to carry the firewood, and we're going to be naturally dropping food as we go anyways.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
And that's
800
44 days. We lose 6 days off that. I think we can manage.
800 pounds worth of food, and then we'll put up to 130 pounds of firewood
Sure.
because we need to carry the tent. All right, so we take all the rations and we head out to the edge of the forest on the first day.
Did you take our cook pot off?
Yes.
So
No
we're just
cook pot for you anymore.
eating raw meat.
Disappointed.
How much does the cookpot weigh?
15
15
pounds.
pounds.
I'll carry that.
Okay.
Alright.
William's carrying the cook pot.
Alrighty then. You guys are finally ready for your big day of skiing. You make it to the edge that first day. Grimes has set up these snares that look to be kobold-less. Nothing in them.
Wait. Why are we stopping at the edge of the forest? Why don't we just go the full distance?
So we can.
We have 130 pounds of firewood, and it's a calm day. Let's just go the full distance.
Yeah, he's got a good point. Let's do it.
All right, so roll me
2d6
distance.
plus 6 times 1.5.
Yes.
So I'll put these in brackets. I know they do it correctly. Here is our distance. We get 19.5 miles on the first day.
Wonderful.
We're not following the river, I don't think. I think
we'll just jump across. Whoa.
Yeah, jump from here to there.
Yeah.
So that looks like it's actually about 25 miles to the forest.
Yeah, so we won't get there on the
End up
first day, but
somewhere
that's fine,
there.
because we've got enough firewood.
Oh, should I just move? So
We
it
should
should
be
be
somewhere
about here, or something like that.
And we didn't see anything on the way, Neal.
How much firewood do we use a night again? Is it 8
1 pound.
12, because we
12 pounds.
we rest for 12 hours roughly.
Yeah.
Did we just take a second day's travel? I was still fixing
No.
it.
No,
this
this
is
is
the
the
No?
first day.
Okay. We just
We did not. We skipped the edge idea
So-
because we have so much firewood.
So it's the first day, you're pushing out, you got your dogs with you, they're yipping and yelping along the way, kind of happily bouncing around in the snow. It's wide open terrain for as far as you can see until, like, the mountains arrive and the horizons. And this is the first time you've really started exploring this inner part of the island. Do you have any particular interests? Anything that you're more cautious about? Is there anything I should know or viewers should know about your journey today?
Well, yeah. So I'm looking out for towns on the river, or remnants of towns on the river, and also some sort of winged flying monster.
Keeping an eye out for winged and flying monsters, as
Yeah,
one ought to.
That's what the Knolls told us about, right?
Yeah, I think Grimes is also on scouting duty. I'm faster, even slightly encumbered, so I'll be like circling out maybe a couple hundred meters from the sled. Look out for kobolds, and I don't think I'm looking to the skies actually. But did we have that spyglass yet, or is that just on order?
I think it's on order. Or did we do the thing?
No, I think that was you guys had delayed figuring out what you were going to requisition.
Yeah.
So that should be on hand with you.
Oh, so we have got the spyglass. Awesome. Can we see the forest?
We have the spyglass if you take it.
Oh yeah, I take it. I'll carry that. How much does it cost?
I can
weight?
carry it. It's fine.
No, I'll carry it. Thank you.
I have the best.
Spyglass weighs 2 pounds.
You can lend it, Faris.
William,
I take
with
my
all due
spyglass
respect,
out.
I have plenty of weight to carry still, and I have better eyes than you do.
Perfect. That's why he should have the spyglass. Your elven eyes will make up the difference.
I don't believe that we've been to an optometrist together, Faris, so I say.
No, but I can already see you're rapidly withering into an old man.
Once they've forgotten about the spyglass, I'm just gonna slip it out of William's bag and.
I have a little look with the spyglass, Neal.
You see blinding white snow to the horizon.
Do I see anything in this little part of the river down here?
Down
any
there?
Towns, any like old buildings, a mill wheel?
No, it's just blinding white snow and hills and moguls and that sort of thing.
All right, I hand it to Faris.
All right, how much does it weigh?
2 pounds.
Got it.
So while they're talking about spyglasses and what could be over here and all that sort of jazz, Grimes, you're most definitely not paying attention to the skies. You're looking around everywhere
I'm
else.
expecting kobolds. Yeah.
Well, you don't see kobolds, but you do see that familiar look of the terrain undulating off on the distance a little bit, kind of rolling itself in your direction.
Yeah. So a shout comes up from Grimes, like, "Ice Elemental!" Which direction is it coming from, Neal?
Hooray!
East.
East. So I think I come just like skiing down the tundra towards the party. Was I on the east or the west side? Like,
South side of the party.
Okay, so I was ahead of the party.
Yes.
And maybe I'm not
Since it's off in
skiing,
the
but
distance.
yeah. Should I gauge to see which direction it's heading? Like, is it headed for the party?
Sure.
Headed
Give
for
me a
me?
gauge check.
Yeah, I think my gauge is 15, but I forgot to buff my thief skills, but I'll get to that at some point.
So yeah, you see this thing kind of roiling over the grounds, and it is headed north by northeast. So it is somewhere over here. I'm not this far, literally, but in this direction to you guys. Sort of heading this way. It's actually probably only like a mile or so away from you.
So it's not actually heading toward us.
No, it's kind of like it looks like it's going to bypass you, like it's heading up towards the bay.
Well, anyways, I shout that and I point north. I ski at least close enough that I can like wave to the party and point to the north.
Cool.
And I actually keep some distance, so I'm like still a couple hundred feet from the party.
Yeah, Ferris will have his bow at the ready in case it turns toward us. But if it just goes by, I think we just ignore it.
Yarmy, you've got any reason to want to kill this thing?
I do not want to kill it. I pull out the barrel of ale that I've been scribbling arcane runes on, and has bands of silver on it. Like, I want to put it in this.
Well, I suppose we could give it a shot. How far away is it? Within 500 feet of us?
No, it's maybe half mile or so.
Oh, that's a bit of a distance.
Well, if it comes near us, we'll fight it, but...
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Sorry, Armin.
Okay.
I get
Alright.
disappointed.
Your day continues.
I slowly strap this giant barrel back to my back.
The day continues, and eventually you come to your resting spot. You set up camp, bed down with the dogs. This little hut, this little tent is filled with slobbering dogs who've been running all day. Do you guys like living in a tent with mostly dogs?
No.
Would dogs not sleep outside, no?
No, of course not. They sleep inside.
Depends how big the tent is.
Not big.
We have the best tent we can get, so you better like it, because it's not getting better.
Do you guys have bedrolls with you?
Nope. I have a winter blanket, though. That's
Okay,
what
yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say with all these dogs, you could probably forego blankets and bedrolls if you really wanted to.
I just sleep on the dogs, like, it's a doggo bed.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I think we just use our warmth gear as, like, we've got heavy cloaks for in lieu of blankets and
yeah,
furs
dogs
that we
keep
can
us warm.
pile up.
yeah.
They keep us
anyone-
warm with their farts.
If anyone wants to a real life story of people surviving through something like this, you should read Endurance. That is like the same shit that they had to deal with. It was really.
I thought you were going to talk about our camping trip.
Oh no, we don't talk about that anymore. It's a different era. The next day,
They made a cowboy movie about it.
adapted into a western
Yeah.
for cinematic purposes. The next day is a calm day. In fact, it is a still, foggy day. Clouds hang low in the sky, and there's not even the slightest whiff of breeze anywhere.
Great.
All right. So calm again.
Mm-hmm.
We get 13.5 miles of movement, which I think we're probably Let's just.
I
go.
think
Still
we can just keep
Yeah.
going through. Yeah.
We'll maybe take a short detour. So if you want to drop a mile or two off our total, so that we can knock on
refill.
firewood.
Sure.
How much have we used in rations now? This is our second day.
36.
So here you are, arriving towards this forest, which you spot the tops of the trees over this small hill through your spyglass. And as you get closer, you realize that there's a bizarre hill kind of around these trees. There's a slope that goes like right, within 500 feet of the forest. And as you get to this slope, you realize that it goes up and then must come right back down again, and the trees are on the other side. And you get a little bit closer, and it's like a 12 to 15 foot rise. And scaling it's a ring, more or less, as far as you can see around the forest, which you can't see the whole way, right? You can only see like maybe a few miles this way and a few miles that way. But there's like a sloped up ring of snow that sort of goes around the forest from 500 feet out.
Like a crater?
I was thinking more like a wall, because we saw like a snow wall before, and this looks
Reminds me
Okay,
of
so it's not gradual. Like,
Brewster's fort, right?
It looks a
It is.
lot like a wall that has just had snow piled up on either side of
Yeah.
it since then. Yeah.
So I think the party catches up to Grimes digging his spear into this hill. It's so steep that I can't like ski up to the top of it, right?
It would be a tough ski up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Grimes, take the horn, climb up there, and see what's up there.
So just digging with my spear, am I able to find like the butt of my
Yeah.
spear? Am I able to find
You
anything
dig
underneath?
around in there a little while, and eventually your spear hits something solid.
Yeah. So I think we clear it out a bit and like see if we can find what's under the snow.
There's a stone wall. Yeah. It's
William
about
hands me a
4 feet
horn.
The
wide.
horn. Yeah, make
4
sure
feet
there's
wide at
no
the top.
monsters living in here.
You said it's like 12 feet up, Neal?
Yeah. Wall's about 12 feet tall, 4 feet wide, maybe 5 feet wide.
Yeah. I unhook my skis and I guess I climb up on top of it. I don't know if I grappling hook to the top of the wall or if it's
Without your skis, you can just walk up the snow. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you
So I
get up
guess
to this, and it's about 500 feet back.
Yeah, I
from
draw
the
my
edge of the woods.
I draw my dagger to go ethereal and crouch on top of the wall and just sort of scan the woods for signs of movement or any other structures buried in snow.
Give me a perception check.
26.
Well, it's a forest of elms and birches out there. There's a bunch of snow sitting on top of the canopy of trees, as usual, and as you're looking around, there's something odd about the ground underneath the trees. It's like it's an odd color. It's not the like pristine white snow. It's this like brownish color.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Yeah, it's like a reddish brownish color.
Does it look like soil? How far off is the nearest tree?
500 feet.
Is it the whole forest floor, or is it just around each tree? Is it like a ring around each tree?
No, it looks like the floor under the forest.
Yeah, I'm like it looks like there's no snow in there.
What's up there, Grimes?
I can see the forest. It looks like the snow is melted in here.
Is there any knolls?
No, nothing that I can see.
Okay,
No.
wait there. I start climbing up.
Yeah, I think we unhook our skis and climb up the wall.
Okay, you can all hop up on the wall.
So going down the wall, is there like also a slope of snow on that side?
Yep.
Okay.
And then is there snow on the other side of the wall? Like,
Yep.
do we continue skiing
Yeah,
on the
so
other
we can-
side?
Yep.
What do we do with the dogs and the sled, guys?
It's a good question.
Can the dogs walk up here, right?
The dogs could probably pull the sled if you got behind it and helped push.
Yeah, so we can
A
push it up.
team effort could get the sled over here.
I help the dogs move the
Yeah,
sled.
I'll help out.
Sure.
Excellent.
Let's go check it out.
So we hoist the sled up and over this wall.
Hops up the wall and goes back down the other side, and you can ski or walk the remaining 500 feet to the edge of the forest.
We do.
All right.
So what's going on with the ground?
Yeah, as you reach here, you can see that it's definitely dirt. The snow just kind of fades as it hits the edge of the forest, and it is this kind of reddish, brownish dirt all over the ground. And these trees are a little bit awkward. Let me just read this. Nope. Within the cover of the trees, there's no snow on the ground, just frozen dirt. The bark of the trees is a deep crimson or violet, and the bark itself is twisted and gnarled with like little spiky protrusions that aren't typically found on these types of trees. And as you're looking at this,
absent-mindedly touches one of the trees. He pulls off a glove and like touches the bark.
yeah, you run your hand across this tree until you
And a
come across
ghost appears and drains us of our life.
You come across this like polished, almost marbly like ivory jutting out of the tree.
Does it look like it's built into the tree, or like it was like a drilled in there? Like, is it growing out of the tree, or was it?
No, it looks like something
attached?
has like stuck into the tree and some piece of ivory is sticking out.
I like look up. Are there like a series of these going up the tree?
Yeah,
Like,
there's all
would I wanna
sorts of
use-
little bits of stuff. Give me a perception check.
21.
Yeah, there's like little bits of ivory kind of scattered throughout the trees around you.
I think I set my backpack and skis on the ground and like just start climbing up these ivory spikes. Like, does it feel like that's what it was meant for?
No, it's definitely not like situated to make it easy to climb. It's just like right here, there's like a little bit of ivory, and then over there in that like little nook of the trees, there's like a little rounded ivory thingy here. It doesn't look like nice long tusks. It's just like little bits in places.
But they're not like positioned to like climb the tree more easily?
No.
Are they
Are
defensive?
all the trees like this?
Give me a perception check, William.
I'm about to whip out my axe. No.
You know, it's dark in here. Your eyes are getting bad. You're old.
I pull out my axe from the my backpack. Yaramir, is there any reason why I shouldn't do this?
No, we need firewood. Why not?
All right, step back, Grimes.
I'm like up the tree. Why don't you pick a different tree, William?
I pick a different tree. Yeah. I hack into the tree. I half expecting it to start bleeding or something.
All right, you start hacking into the tree. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm trying to get advantage in the tree that I'm climbing. And if not, maybe pick a better one, just to like keep a lookout in case the sound of the wood chopping draws attention to whatever's living here.
Okay. You start chopping into the tree. Where are Ferris and Yaramir?
I think we're just kind of a little ways back. I don't really have much to do, so
Yeah, I'm just chilling with the dogs on the sled.
I'm half expecting like a tree to come alive and try to kill William for his transgressions.
Yeah, I'm half expecting that.
So I think Ferris is keeping a lookout right now.
Yaramir does not believe the tree is going to come alive and attack. So he's just playing with the dogs or doing whatever he normally does.
Well, that's good to know.
Neal, are these ivory spikes? Are they spike side out or spike side in?
They're not look like really spikes. Some of them, one of them might be kind of like spike-ish. Another one just looks like it's a piece of ivory just kind of like set here. I guess you're actually in the tree looking at these things now.
So I'm like perched on a limb and I look at the nearest one. Does it look like, does it look like it was an ivory projectile that hit the tree, or is it growing from the inside out, or was it like a fix?
No, it looks like someone has placed a piece of ivory like in a tree, and the tree like grew and kind of started to like swallow the ivory. But now that you're in the tree and really looking at these, you're getting the distinct impression that this isn't like elephant ivory, like this is like human ivory,
like bone.
Yeah, like this is like these are bones that someone has put in this tree. These trees.
William, I think these are bones.
Bones?
William, maybe stop your axes. Grimes says this when a small bit of sap falls on you from the tree above. And like catches on your armor next to William and begins to like hiss and steam.
Right, step back so nothing more drips on me.
Yeah, you take a step back and you notice that the tree is beginning to drip sap all over the place. In fact, William, I need you. Actually, you have a shield, so give me a saving throw real quickly to see if you can get your shield up in time as the sap from the trees begin to drip down onto you.
What saving throw?
Death.
Nope.
All right. You take 2 damage as this fairly viscous sap quickly thins and just starts dropping down all over the tree that you're cutting. Burning you for 2 damage.
Back away. Is it coming out of the hole where I was cutting it as well?
There is some sap coming out of there, but this is like just dripping from the branches.
From the leaves. Okay, step back.
Is my tree doing anything of the sort, or
no?
Do I see Williams doing this?
You maybe hear Williams' cries as the sap burns him, and as he walks away from the tree itself.
What's going on here?
Is it possible to like hear William go in pain and then like wander over with my med kit and make a med check on him like within a round?
Yes, it is.
Definitely.
Okay.
Hit me with that med check.
That being the case, let me find my token.
I jump out of the tree that I'm in and like tumble on the ground and recover my gear and get back away from these murder trees.
Is it D3 or D2?
It would be a D3, but you only got a 20 instead of a 21.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No healing for you.
Yeah.
These woods are cursed.
IV mode after last night.
These trees look pretty strange.
Yeah, these woods are cursed. We should get out of here.
No, what if there's something here, though?
Yeah, Yaramir, what do you make of this? Is this some necromancer's lair?
Couldn't tell you. Looks like the trees are angry.
I'll tell you. This is some dark magic. We're better off steering clear of these woods.
Now, Grimes,
I
hold
hate
your
to tell
nerve.
you, Grimes, but I think all of continent is dark magic.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what we came here to find. Well, maybe not this, but this is something. I keep watching the tree that I was cutting. Does it stop?
Floor looks like it's the snow's been melted, right?
Sure, or never landed here, or there's no snow on the ground. It's like frozen dirt. You can decide how that came
I
to
would
be.
imagine these trees at least irregularly drip sap. It would explain why there's no snow stockpiled here.
I back clear of the canopy.
So if we're going to travel through
the
this
edge,
place,
yeah.
we should take extreme caution.
What if there is some sort of necromancer or some thing buried here that may be worth digging up?
I think we should come back another time.
Why?
Maybe on the way back. But for now, I'm worried that I don't think we should be bringing the dogs in here, for starters. Perhaps the sled should wait outside.
Yeah, well, let's make camp at the edge of the forest.
Outside of the wall.
Do you want to start here?
I think it's worth exploring. Does the tree stop dripping sap now?
Nope.
So it's just continuous.
Yep. So
Even
far
though
it is, at least.
Is it just that one tree that he pissed off?
Yeah, it's just that one tree that's dripping right now.
The way I see it, there are two reasons you build walls. Either to keep something out or to keep something in. Why do you think there's a wall here?
I think it was probably the fort of some town or some person that lived here.
Or perhaps there's some great evil that was walled away.
Perhaps it's long dead. Can't turn our tail and run from everything that drips a little bit of sap on us or looks a little bit, scary.
Are you sure you don't want to return later? We do only have about 40 days of rations. If we stick around and mess with this forest, we might not be able to make it up to the town.
What do you say, Yarmir?
I'm good either way.
Well, if you had to pick, though.
I see no harm in wandering through forest.
What kind of things could cause the trees to grow like this?
Oh,
Necromancer.
It could be magic, it could be demons, could be elementals, could just be vicious form of natural tree. Wouldn't know without researching.
I mean, I'm no expert, but don't these look like normal trees that have been changed somehow?
Perhaps they just grow that way. Perhaps they were conjured from plane of acid. I don't know.
So we don't need our snowshoes in here, right?
No, I don't think so.
So we'll take those off, I guess.
Is there a ring of snow around the outskirts of the forest, Neal? Like on the inside of the wall?
Yeah, snow goes from the wall until about the canopy of trees, where then just kind of like declines.
Which is, what, like 100 feet?
500 feet from the wall to the trees.
Okay. So I think I'd like to put my skis back on and stay outside of the trees.
Okay.
What if, and I'll suggest this to the party, what if we circle this forest?
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I don't feel safe going in it, but we can circle around and see if there's any sign. If this is some knight's wood, there's probably a keep that we can find.
Yeah, but it's going to be in the center of the forest, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
So circle around, maybe we'll find a road heading in.
It's not a bad idea. Yaramir,
A gap in the wall.
if we waited till tomorrow, could you not use some of your magics to try and work out what's going on here?
I could see if there is magic here, yes.
Is there any point in waiting a full day for that? We might as well do our exploration now. Tomorrow will come whether or not.
Neal,
we're here.
has the fog lifted at all? Can I see to the river from here, or is vision obscured? It's only like a mile or two, right?
But it's a pretty foggy day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
What if we head to the river and see where this wall ends?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. I think Faris is right. We can circle around the forest today. If we don't find anything, then maybe we can move on in the morning after Yaramir's cast his
We
spells.
could also just head to the center.
Yeah, we could, but
I
mean,
imagine anything that's in here is in the center, and it's using those trees as protection.
Grimes, you're dexterous, and it doesn't seem that far. Do you not fancy a little expedition of your own into the center of the forest, see what's there?
I don't want to go into that forest. I can. I'll circle around.
No, we'll all circle around, Grimes. You know, by all accounts, you didn't really want to come to Caledonia either. And yeah, here you are.
If you're telling me my freedom awaits at the center of that forest, then so be it. But
yeah, it might do.
I think I can ski ahead if you'd like an advanced scout.
Let me just try something. Neal, is the tree still dripping sap, yeah?
Yes.
Can I try and just catch a bit on my shield? Just on the edge of it?
It hits your shield and kind of creates a hissing burning on it with a little bit of vapors rising.
So is the shield damaged at all?
It's been slightly burned by sap, yeah. It's got a scuff mark on it.
If I walked through the forest with it over my head, is it feasible that the shield could be destroyed? Or is it like the damage is not sufficient enough to ever destroy it?
I don't think that's the sort of information you can gain just by letting a little bit of sap drip on your shield. I think you would need to try it and see if it starts to weaken over time.
All right, let's circle around. Let's go to the edge of the river, see what's there.
All right, yeah, so I think we go around this forest, kind of like circling the wall, see what we can find.
Okay, you're circling on the riverside or the inland side?
I think we start by heading a couple miles to the river.
Yeah, it's about 2 miles to the river from where you're standing right now. And when you get there, you find the wall kind of just goes up to the river and dead ends there. Mm-hmm. And then it's just kind of icy, frozen water, semi-frozen.
Does it go some ways into the river to like form a complete barricade, or
no,
can you just slip around? You can slip around at the riverbank.
Yeah, I mean you hop up over the top of the wall, but the wall
goes
does
all the
go
way
to the river. Yeah.
But depending on river level, I feel like that may give you can just sort of walk around the wall.
Yeah, but we can walk over the wall anyway, so.
Yeah.
Correct.
Let's keep going. Let's finish cycling.
Yep. Do the trees go all the way to the river?
The trees do go all the way to the river. You're not going to be able to circle past them on the river side. You'll have to walk through the trees.
Maybe we should circle around the other side of the forest.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
You guys begin to walk the other way around. It's about 4 miles wide and 7 miles long. So you've already used part of your movement. You walk over here, you walk over there, you start walking down the side, and this wall just kind of continues wrapping at a good distance from the trees, about 500 feet the whole way through.
It's a big fucking wall, guys.
It's a
7
big
miles.
wall.
7 mile long wall. That's unheard of, right?
No, it's unusual, but
yeah,
it's very unusual. Hadron's wall is much longer than 7 miles.
Hadrian, yeah.
Hadrian,
well,
sorry.
This kind of rules out the possibility of this being like the lair of one person, right? It's far too big of a wall for like a single man's house.
Can I borrow that
probably.
spyglass?
Yes.
What was Hadrian's wall?
Yeah.
Didn't somebody build that to keep something out? Wasn't it like Romans? They were keeping
the Emperor Hadrian built it to keep the British out.
To keep the Scots out of England.
There you go. Okay. I know my history not at all.
So I borrow the spyglass and I climb onto the wall at some point around here, and I try and look over the forest to see if I can spot any structures.
You're not going to be able to see over the forest, but looking through the canopy, you don't see anything rising above it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see if there's a keep somewhere in these woods.
If there's a keep, it is shrouded by the trees.
Or a gap in the wall where a road might be.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I hand the spyglass back. I guess we continue circling.
I find it suspicious that Neal brings up Hadrian's Wall specifically.
No.
He was just thinking of an example of a long wall.
I mean, Great Wall of China would...
was I? Maybe Greg's onto something here.
Well, it's
There's
filled
bloody
with
Scots in the woods.
Well, I don't know. This is Caledonia. Maybe
Quick, hide the rum.
I mean, Caledonia is also old Scotland.
It is, yeah. It is.
Coincidence, actually. Pure coincidence.
Yeah. It's Caledonia, though, not Caledonia.
Yeah, that's why it's a ridiculous name. Caledonia.
Yeah. So, we keep circling, I think.
You're going to circle the whole perimeter.
It's the plan.
If we can.
I think.
Yeah, it'll take the rest of your day's movement to, I think, circle the whole perimeter of everything.
That's fine. Yeah.
But you eventually make it down to the bottom side, and there's still a wall.
So
the
there's
wall
no
goes
gap.
all the way around.
Circles the forest entirely.
William, at this point, I suggest we backtrack, go up to the east side of this, and then try to reach the center and see what we find inside.
Yeah, I think let Yaramir cast his magics in the morning, but the fact that there's no way in or out of this place is rather strange.
Yes, it's almost like they sealed these trees in here.
Yeah, in which case maybe you're right. Maybe it is sealed for a reason, to keep whatever's in here out. But it still pikes my interest.
As we're
see in Yaramir's face that he's interested too.
As we're setting up, are we setting up camp there for the night?
Yeah.
I'd like to inspect the wall. So climb back. I'm thinking on the outside and like clear away some snow so I can look to the stone. And
Did
see
you
if it's
requisition a snow shovel, Ryan?
That's what I have hands for.
That's fine.
Well, we do have shovels at the fort.
I've got a shovel on my character
one,
sheet.
or
I've
any
got-
of my foot ladders or my ice picks.
I've got a
fine. I was
spear.
just being a
My
dick.
spear is the greatest multi-tool ever invented.
I have a shovel. I have a shovel.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
I want to clear away some snow to get a view of the stones and see if they're just, are they ordinary stones? Do they have arcane runes carved in them?
Sure. You can clear
Glyphs
away
of
the top.
warding?
It's very clearly a wall with parapets on the forest side, and then room on the inland side. Let's call it. And the section that you clear, you find some like steps that lead up and down the wall, as if they're like
On the outside.
on the outside of the wall, on the mountain
So it was-
side of the wall, not the tree
Yeah,
side.
so it was manned from the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and they were doing battle with something within the trees. This is most peculiar. Perhaps we should camp outside of the wall. Make use of these parapets.
Agreed. You better safe with the dogs outside the wall anyway.
Look, if we're going to be staying here for more than one day, we should probably just leave tomorrow. We need to get more firewood.
Yeah, I think we'll just leave tomorrow. Maybe it's not worth. But let Yaramir cast his spells, and if we don't discern any more information, we'll just carry on.
All right.
All right. The day passes.
So just to be, our tent is, we build our tent, we set up our tent outside of the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And if it's calm and we've got warmth to spare, at least I would probably spend a portion of my watch up on the wall, looking out into the night. Staring into these trees, expecting unspeakable horrors to emerge and attack.
The next day is the 17th of December, and while the fog lifts mostly, it's still a very calm day. You've got some better visibility now. You can see more than a mile. And here you are.
All right, Yaramir, cast your spells, and if we don't find anything, let's just head to the next set of trees.
Okay. I guess detect magic and look at the trees.
Okay. You're gonna have to get fairly close in order to do that. Within 100 feet, I think. Detect Magic's got like a range.
I mean, if you consider that close.
I do. Sure, yeah.
Like, Nick walked right up to a tree and took an axe to it, so I'm not real concerned about getting close enough to look at him.
I come with you though, just in case something runs out of the forest and tries to kill you.
Yeah. The two of you approach the woods. You cast Detect Magic, and yes, there is an aura of magic coming from the trees, but it's not like a specific aura. It's more like a...
Is it exactly the same as the aura of magic I see every time I look at the trees?
No. This is more of like a broad, undulating, multicolored aura, as if there is some sort of magical effect here, but it is not a specific single spell. Maybe it's multiple spells woven together, or maybe it's like natural, innate magic that is seeping through, but it doesn't conform to your standards of...
Do I get an
schools.
intensity?
Yeah, it is pretty strong.
I don't believe pretty strong is an official intensity, but
Strong.
I'll go with... yeah, so...
Strong or overwhelming?
I guess if you're standing right there with me, William, and say, well, yes, it is indeed magic. Seems that there is some other effects combining with Caldonia's natural magic here. It's pretty powerful, although not most powerful I've seen.
Can you see if there's anything at the center?
I'd have to walk to the center. Do you want to come with me?
Do you think it's safe?
It's trees.
I would like to see what's in the center. Perhaps we should travel around to the east side and then head into the center from there, as far as suggested.
Let's just walk in right here.
No, it's miles. It's miles. We can't go without the rest of them.
We're right
I
there.
know. I feel as if I can go.
Is everyone here? I think we should do what Faris said and circle around to the east side and then head into the center from there.
All right, boss.
All right, let's do that then.
All right. You move to the
Is it a
east
calm
side.
day?
It is a
So
calm
like,
day.
so like
I'm gonna
here.
go ahead and give you our movements so you know how much we have.
Perfect. It's easy to pack up your tent, haul the dogs and the sled and everything, a few miles till you get to the point where the forest would be the shortest for you. Are you bringing all the dogs and the sled inside? Okay. I was gonna say the
we
sled
trust,
wouldn't,
we trust
we
the
should
dogs
be-
on their own.
as long as nothing comes along and fucks with them.
Yeah, they're all right. They're not going to run off.
And so with that, and then I think we move faster inside the forest, right? Because we don't need our
Oh
snowshoes.
yeah, you'll just be on regular ground. You'll walk at 3.5 miles per hour.
Yeah, awesome.
Right.
So
So you can be in and out to the center and back probably in an hour and a half.
okay, yeah. So
All right,
we'll
let's do it then.
Right. I pull my cloak up over my head in case of accidental drips.
yeah. I've got my cloak ready to do that, but I haven't done it
I
quite
think
yet.
I'm half ethereal. And what other precautions can I take? I'm wearing my cup.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we will enter the woods on the other side of our break. See you guys soon.